sends their vindication, with many of these students saying that we are not happy. Suryagni with the probe of the Kolkata police here. The West Bengal Chief Minister had sought time, saying that I'll hand it over to the CBI, but give them time at least up until Sunday to look into this matter. However, the court was not amused. The court said, clearly, we aren't convinced. You can't do this. Hand this matter to the CBI. Suryagni.
Well, yes. If we just go back some 3 days back, we were here, we broke the news that the Chief Minister has issued a statement that, she is open to the fact if another agency investigates, basically another foreign agency, a central body investigates. She doesn't really object to it. She didn't really object to it. Yesterday, Monday, first day of the week, she visits the family of the deceased. She meets them for almost half an hour, post which, she comes out and she says that if the family wants that, this case be handed over to the CBI, then she doesn't really object. Secondly, and more importantly, she had set a time for the Kolkata police to, crack this particular case. That was this Sunday. However, she was of the opinion that if the family post-Sunday wants the investigation to go towards the CBI, she doesn't really, have an issue. That is that's an important statement as well. I'll tell you why. In the past couple of years, the relationship between the West Bengal government, precisely
the Bharatiya Janata Party, is now joining us. Agnimitra Paul, here the court now has just said that this matter is going to be handed over to the CBI, something that the BJP had also in fact been saying, along with the petitioners, that the police, the West Bengal police should not be handling this case. How do you respond?
We are extremely happy that, the case has been handed over to the CBI. We have been fighting from the very first day because we have seen that, in other cases also, Mamata Banerjee's police only tried to hush it up. So this time also the same thing happened. From the very first day, Mamata Banerjee's police, they tried to suppress the case by saying that it's a case of suicide. When a half-naked body is found, police says that it's a case of suicide. Her undergarments are strewn all over, and Mamata Banerjee's police is saying it's a case of suicide. Then, they were in such a hurry to hush up the case. We, a million times the police that the body should be preserved and taken for the second post-mortem from a central neutral hospital. They didn't listen to it. They were in a hurry to cremate the body, and they did that. So, the principal of our keeper, Dr. Shunjit Ghosh, a number of corruption allegations are on him. But Mamata Banerjee, she is such a smart lady. She, kind of expelled him and gave him a prized promotion in another Calcutta hospital. So whom is she trying to fool? We are getting news that a TMC MP's nephew is indirectly involved in it. So we know the reason why Vineet Goyal, the Commissioner of Police, was trying to suppress this case. We now understand why the body was cremated. We now understand why civic volunteer, Mr. Sanjay Roy, was made a scapegoat. That he is actually the rapist. Maybe he
Please
is,
be with us. I just want to also bring in the Trinamool Congress here. Riju Datta is now joining us. Riju Datta, the court today has come down heavily on the West Bengal government, seeking answers as to why the probe did not make much progress in the last 5 days, handing over this matter to the CBI. How do you respond? The BJP says the West Bengal government was anyway doing a shoddy job and this is welcomed.
What BJP says is immaterial. Let me tell you this. The West Bengal government, the Chief Minister of West Bengal only wanted two things. One, justice for the victim and the victim's family, and two, exemplary punishment for the culprit or the culprits involved. Now, the Calcutta police, under the leadership of the Commissioner of Calcutta himself, the investigation was going on. Today, the Honorable High Court, in all its wisdom, has given over the case to CBI. Anyways, yesterday also, after meeting with the family of the victims, the Honorable Chief Minister said that if the investigation does not gain more speed and the investigation is over by Sunday, we would hand it over to CBI. But today, the Honorable Calcutta High Court has given it to the CBI. We have nothing to say against it. We all want only two things. victim to the justice to the victim and her family, and exemplary punishment to the culprit or the culprits involved in this horrific, heinous crime. That's all.
All right, I'm going to thank you for the moment, Riju Datta, joining in with your views on that. The West Bengal Chief Minister was anyway willing to hand over this matter to the CBI, is what the Trinamool Congress now is saying. Doctors say that we stand vindicated. These are protesting doctors who've been asking for a probe, a CBI probe in this entire matter. The Calcutta High Court has come down heavily on the West Bengal government today, saying that there was little progress made. I'm going to, in fact, go back straight to my colleague Nalini, who is getting us those details for us. But before that, a reaction that is coming in. Let's take a listen.
And, well, how much seriousness was lacking insofar as this particular investigation is concerned. We are rather thankful and grateful to the Honorable Court that the CBI has been now handed over the investigation. We also wanted the investigation to be monitored by the Honorable Court. Now the court has also directed the CBI to file periodic reports. Everything has been directed to be handed over, anything which forms part of an investigation. And I also prayed personally on behalf of my clients that in the event now that the CBI will be investigating, in the event the parents of the deceased girl, they feel threatened, the CBI should always take all the necessary steps to give them protection under the Witness Protection Scheme. Thank you.
He continues to be with us. Nalini, for our viewers, just take us through the details of what the Kolkata High Court, the Calcutta High Court has said today about the various reasons as to why this case has to now be handled by the CBI.
Well, Sneha, right at the beginning, the Calcutta High Court made it clear that a central agency will be brought in and the probe will be transferred only if it's apparent on the face that there is some lapses in the probe, or if the family is not really satisfied with the kind of investigation that is happening, and it is in larger public interest to bring in a central agency. So after that, there were detailed arguments that were held where the petitioners and the state government was allowed to place the arguments. The counsel for the state government had given a detailed timeline of what had happened the day after the incident had happened. So basically the day when the body was found in the morning, what exactly went on, why there were protests in the hospital, how the parents were let into the seminar hall where the body was placed. So all of those details were given, but at the end of the day, the High Court was not satisfied with the pace of the investigation. They've clearly said that the administration, which means that the state government authorities, were not with the victim and not with her family. Instead, there has been no significant progress in the entire case, even after 5 days of the incident taking place. So keeping that in mind, they have brought in the CBI. They've asked for all of the evidence, all of the statements, the CCTV footage, all the case diaries, everything to be handed over to the CBI by 10 a.m. tomorrow. They've also questioned the role of the government in reappointing the principal of the RG Hospital to another government-funded hospital. They've asked what was the tearing hurry to do that. Ideally, once he submitted his resignation, he should have been relieved of all his duties, but that's not what the state government did. So there is a spotlight on the Mamata Banerjee government to explain their actions after the body of this doctor was found in the RG Hospital, and why there's been no significant process in the investigation. At the same time, the CBI tomorrow is going to take over the matter. They are going to officially start their probe. It's most likely going to be a court-monitored probe because the court is already looking into the case, and the hearing has been scheduled for after 3 weeks. So ideally, after 3 weeks, we will see the CBI coming forth before the court with some details of what they've unearthed during this time. But at the same time, a lot of questions being raised on the Mamata Banerjee government on what is it that they had done after this entire incident happened, and more importantly, why were they not standing with the victim and her family members in such a dire time of need.
All right, I'm going to thank you, Nalini, getting in those details as far as that horrific case from Kolkata is concerned. Questions have been raised by the High Court today about the progress in this case, handing over this matter to the CBI to now investigate. The case diary is going to be given. All the details, the CCTV footage that has to be shared by the police with the CBI by tomorrow 10 a.m. is what Nalini is telling us.